Hey everybody, I'm Tony, and in this video, we're going to be talking about tools, how to give your AI assistants tools, how to configure them, how to override them, and some more things. Okay, so let's just start with the first tool, Google Search. This is just a basic tool, but let's talk about the form. So every single tool, if you click on it, a form will pop up, and you'll see all the values that are required to configure, or optionally can be used to configure the tool. Now, the way the platform works, Leka.io, if you add your own field in this search query, then the AI cannot add its own input. If you leave it empty, the AI will determine what value to add into the field. So let's leave it empty for now. And let's tell the AI, search for dog facts. So it's going to use the Google search tool. If we click on it, if we go to the input, this is what the AI entered into that query field. And then this is the output. And then it's just summarizing it for me right here. Okay, so now let's just try overriding the search. So I'm going to put cat facts. So now let's start a new chat. I'm going to say search for dog facts. As far as the AI is concerned, it just knows that it has a tool called Google Search and that the tool searches the web using Google. That's all it knows. It doesn't know what field I overrode this to. And it also doesn't even know that this search query field exists anymore because I already put my own value here. So it's overridden now. So if I say search for dog facts, it's going to use the Google search, but the Google search is going to return cat facts. And it's telling me right here, it seemed that there was an issue with retrieving results specifically about dog facts. It returned cat related content. So you can see here the input, it's empty because the AI had nothing to add. And the output was cat facts. So let's add on to this. Okay, let's add another Google search. And we're going to call this Google search the cat facts search. And I'm going to tell it use, actually, let's just name this search tool 1. And I'm going to say use this tool when you need to search things about cats. Okay, save. And then let's call this one search tool 2. And I'm going to say use this tool when searching things about dogs. Okay, so now I can say what search tools do you have or something. And it should be able to tell me. It has a cat search tool and has a dog search tool. And it's telling me the description as well. So now if I tell it search dog facts or something, it'll use the dog search tool because it knows what that search tool 2 does. See, it knows what it does. And then if I say search cats, it's going to use the search tool 1 because we told it when to use search tool 1. Hope that makes sense. But let's review what we just talked about. So you can give an agent multiple the same tool, but to help the agent know what the differences are, it's very important to give it a description because it doesn't know what you overrode it to. And depending on the LLM model you're using, sometimes it's going to be like, I can't use this tool because there's no place for me to add a search query. And it's like, then you have to update the description and be like, don't worry about the search query, just use the tool or something like that. Some LLM models are a little more strict and like they need better guidance. Some can just infer that because there's no query, you probably already added it. Okay, so let's now jump to another example. So this is more of a use case. So say you give your agent the ability to send emails. Okay. So whenever you are doing anything with a third-party app, you probably have to be authenticated somehow. One thing to note is that an AI can never put the connection field in for you. You always have to add a connection. So if I try to use this tool right now, it's going to fail. I mean, let's try it out. Send an email for me, and then it might ask me for like some info. Send it to admin@Leka.io and make it a funny joke email. So it's going to try to use the tool. Okay, well, I'm going to say send the email. That's great. So it tried to use the tool, but it failed. And the reason it failed is because the connection ID is required. But you can see that it added all these fields to the input. So it's trying, but it needs the connection. So I'm going to select my connection I already created, or you can always create a new one. And then any fields I leave empty, like I've said, will be up to the AI to determine what to add. Now in this example, let's say I have a send to stakeholders, and like I say, like use this tool when sending important information to stakeholders. Okay, so now the AI knows when to use this tool and what this tool is called. And maybe we don't want the AI to have to worry about finding all the emails for the stakeholders, like whatever those are, and stuff like that. So something we could do is we could just override that field. So like maybe one of the recipients is stakeholder one, right, at Leka.io, and then I CC all the other guys right here. Or I could even use a variable. Oh, I don't have any variables right now in this workspace, but you could just put a variable in here, and then the AI doesn't have to worry about adding all these things. All it has to worry about is what is the subject, what is the body, are there any attachments? So that's a very good use case for overriding values in a tool.